Stephen's here with business. You awake?
I am, just about.
He's doing his best. UK, we're starting in. Big company bosses have waded into the Brexit debate, haven't they?
That's right. This, as of course, the last day of campaigning is left. The bosses of some of Britain's biggest companies have written a letter calling for a vote for the UK to remain in the European Union. The list includes directors from 51 of the FTSE 100 top flight share index. The other 49 haven't announced a public position. None are currently supporting the campaign to leave. Now, that's not to say that all business leaders are in favour of staying in, though, as Kate Moody now reports.
It's a hot topic in Britain's boardrooms. Nearly 1,300 business leaders have now backed the UK's membership in the European Union in a letter to The Times published on the eve of the vote. The bosses of more than half of the country's 100 largest companies and 900 small and medium-sized firms, who together employ 1.75 million people, said their businesses would be stronger in Europe.
Our reasons are straightforward. Businesses and their employees benefit massively from being able to trade inside the world's largest single market without barriers.
The heads of Barclays and Anglo-American Mining are among those that have joined HSBC, Unilever and EasyJet in supporting the Remain campaign. Business lobby groups have also warned of the dangers that a Brexit might pose to industry at large. Although none of Britain's biggest companies have come out in favour of leaving the EU, the debate is far from one-sided. The heads of the pub chain Wetherspoons and the sugar company Tate & Lyle are in the Leave camp, and many smaller businesses, like the family-run British hovercraft company, believe they'd have more freedom to operate without European regulations.
As a small business, we struggle with a lot of the EU directives and rules and regulations out there. There are ones specific to our business as well as just general small businesses. We also have a massive problem when we want to trade with countries outside of the EU.
International firms have widely been lobbying for the status quo. French businesses, including BNP Paribas, Danone and Michelin, were among those who warned this week that investment in Britain would drop sharply if it votes out, saying we are in business and not just in love.
All you need is love, love, love is all you need.
Meanwhile, companies that work in the foreign exchange markets preparing for a busy couple of days ahead.
Lots of trading of sterling expected to happen over the coming hours and days. The online money service TransferWise has decided to suspend all sterling transactions for a period from tomorrow until the results are announced on Friday morning. They say it's because of expected volatility in the currency markets. The company is also warning of delays in the UK banking system on Thursday and Friday. Meanwhile, the Swiss lender UBS has also warned that it might struggle to accommodate all trades in the case of what it's calling extreme market moves.
What about the markets? What's happening there?
Sterling's trading pretty flat today. It's managed to hold on to those gains that we saw earlier in the week. It's up about 0.25% today, at just under $1.47. On the European share markets, shares also treading water ahead of that vote. We're seeing small gains on the markets, but still very much in the green today. Again, the markets holding on to those gains that we've seen in recent days. In London, around 3/4 of the FTSE 100 companies are in the green. On the Asian markets, we saw a similar picture as well, though there were some falls on the Nikkei, which is down around 0.75%. Everyone really kind of holding water to see, of course, what the outcome of that referendum is. They're also following comments from Janet Yellen, who's continuing her cautious tone on the US economy. Move on now to look at some more of today's business headlines for you. The American plane maker Boeing has confirmed an agreement to sell aircraft to Iran Air. Boeing isn't offering any further details, including what the potential value of the deal might be. But an Iranian official says the flag carrier of the Islamic Republic could be in the market for 100 planes. Western sanctions previously blocked similar deals, and Boeing says the agreement is contingent on the approval of the US government. The French National Train Company says the past strikes by workers, have cost it more than €250 million. 23 days of stoppage have been registered at the SNCF over recent months over changes to working conditions for train workers. The majority of costs come from lost revenues, but it's estimated that more than 30 million was spent on compensating passengers. And Mitsubishi Motors says it expects to report a full-year loss for the first time in 8 years. That's after the revelation that it falsified fuel economy data on its Japanese cars for the past decade. It's expecting the loss to amount to more than €1.2 billion for the year to next April.
Don't know about you. I do Facebook, I do Twitter, but I don't do Instagram. A lot of other people do, though.
Yes, they do. 500 million of them, in fact. The company says they've now passed that landmark 500 million monthly users. The app's become the staple of the so-called selfie generation, helped by celebrities like Kim Kardashian. 80% of Instagram users are outside the United States. 300 million people use the app every day. Still has a long way to catch up with its owner, Facebook, though. Facebook has over 1 billion daily users. Instagram says on a normal day it sees over 95 million photos and videos shared and 4.2 billion likes on average.
That is quite incredible, isn't it?
Lots of people, lots of photos.
Yeah, my daughters do it, particularly one of them. Thanks, Stephen. Stephen with business.